The fourth day's real story. Hearing Doomil, Corrie ten Boom, who was sleeping, got up and ran to his father's room. There was his father, fast asleep. Then he went to his sister Betsy's side. Dammer was heard. The Germans bombed all of Holland. Betsy and Corrie, realizing the danger, began to pray together. Hitler's army occupied all of Holland and exterminated the Jews for 4 years. The Jews trembled with fear. It was a time of great tribulation for the Jews. The secret police, the Gestapo, took Jews in for interrogation and persecuted them. Jews were denied access to public places. Corrie's family was devastated by the situation. One day, there was a knock at the door. Opened, a Jewish woman. She said, "Sir, I am very scared, help me." Corrie's family took her in and hid her. Thus many Jews came asking for help. All were sheltered by Corrie's household. To hide them from the Gestapo, a hideout was built in the bedroom of Corrie's house, with a false wall erected. About 800 Jews were sheltered by the Corrie family. One day inside the house, the footsteps of soldiers were heard. Corrie's family was shocked. The Gestapo came in. Corrie's father was threatened by where he hid the Jews. Someone had told them that the Jews were hiding in Corrie's house. That day alone, more than 35 Jews were taken to prison, including the Jews who had been hidden in the Corrie house, and Corrie's family, including his father, sister, and Corrie ten Boom. Before going to prison, Corrie carried a Bible, thread, needle, and a woolen garment in his bag. In prison, Corrie's father recited the Psalm 91 aloud. 10 days later, Corrie's father Casper, 84, died in prison. For 10 months, Corrie and his sister, Betsy, were in different prisons. Both were later sent to Ravensburg. Perhaps, if Corrie is found to be in possession of the Bible, severe punishment will be imposed. So, Lord, send your messengers and cover me and hide me, Corrie prayed. What a surprise, all the clothes in the prison were searched. But the Lord protected Corrie's book of scriptures from falling into anyone's eyes. At Ravensburg, the camp where the women were kept was infested with vermin. Betsy came to thank the Lord, requesting that the guards do not frequent this area because of the abundance of vermin. Every night Corrie would take the scriptures he had hidden away, read them aloud and translate them into Dutch. Then interpreters would translate into German so that everyone in the prison could understand. Some people there translate into Russian and many other languages. Every night, the scriptures they read gave them strength for the next day's work in prison. A terrible illness struck Betsy and she died in the prison in Waynesburg. Corrie was released from prison. After being released from prison, Corrie traveled to nearly 64 countries, preaching the love of Jesus. In prison, loneliness, fear of death, pestilence, unsanitary conditions, sickness, and in the midst of all this, the Bible gave joy and strength to Corrie ten Boom. In an environment where it was impossible to keep the Bible open, Corrie bravely risked his life, never stopped reading the Bible, and translated and taught it to others in prison. Dear children, there is an open door for you to have and read the Bible. The evil time is fast approaching when the scriptures will not be available. Within that, memorize as much of the Bible verses as you can. If you read and meditate on the Bible verses daily, it will give you strength even in difficult conditions like prison. Amen.